Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica. Thank you so much for being here today if you are watching. Today we are going to talk about romance books. I'm going to rank all the romance books that I read in 2022. Here we go. Let's start with number 12. This is my very least favorite romance book that I read this year, and that is Funny You Should Ask by Elisa Sussman. This is a story about a young woman named Chani. She is a writer and she gets hired to do a piece on this really famous guy, Gabe Parker, who she has had a crush on since she was a kid for a long time. So then I believe it's like 10 years later, it's hired again to do another interview on Gabe Parker. And this is when he's, you know, a little bit older. He's done a lot more things in his career, so things have changed. I'm putting this at the very bottom of my list this year, mainly because I really just didn't feel any chemistry between these two characters. The spicy sections of this book I also felt were just kind of meh, you know? Apparently, this story is inspired by a real GQ interview with Chris Evans. I like just found that out today. That's interesting and kind of weird. Is this a fan fiction then? I would like to investigate that more. Well, that's number 12, Funny You Should Ask. Coming in at number 11 is this one, Beach Read by Emily Henry. I know that, you know, people are really particular about their favorite Emily Henry book, and this one is my least favorite one. I was a little disappointed because I really enjoyed the location of this. It's set on Lake Michigan. I was kind of disappointed that I really didn't overall love this romance. So this is an enemies to lovers story about Augustus and January. Augustus writes more serious literary fiction. January writes romance novels. They're polar opposites, enemies. They can't stand each other. Again, with this one, I kind of thought the chemistry was bland. I also didn't love in this one how I felt like certain family issues were not really resolved. They were kind of like brushed under the table. I don't want to say anything that's gonna spoil this book for anyone. I just was not crazy about this. Beach Read, Emily Henry, coming in at number 11. Next up on my list is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. This was really not a bad book, but not necessarily a good one either. Again, the chemistry for me was just not there. That's, you know, in a romance, that's of course one of the first initial things that you want to feel is a spark between the characters. This is the story of Josh and Hazel, and these are two people who knew each other from college and then are reunited later on in life. This book to me is very just like, I feel really neutral about it. It was okay. So that's number 10. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. Coming in at number 9 is Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. So I was actually pretty excited for this one to be released because it is the first one of Christina and Lauren's books that is not only a romance but also an adventure treasure hunt story. Really excited about that aspect, but honestly, the whole adventure portion of the story kind of fell flat for me. It was a little anticlimactic. So that's one of the reasons I didn't rate this as high as some other romances. Again, the chemistry, just bland. The tension between the characters I felt was kind of drawn out a little too long. It was a little too slow of a burn. Just the pacing with them falling in love was just like slow for me. This is a second chance romance story. The two main characters knew each other from before and they're being reunited again in kind of a surprise way. It was good, but not great. So that is number 9, Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. Number 8 on the list today is Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. I really loved the setting of this book. The entire story is set in an assisted living home for elderly people. So our two main characters here are Ruthie and Teddy. So Ruthie works here full-time at this assisted living facility. She runs a lot of the business here. So Ruthie really makes her whole life her job. She lives at the facility. She maintains the property. And another really, really cute part of this book is she is in charge of caring for the endangered tortoises that live on the property. I thought that part of this book was really adorable. I almost forgot about it, honestly, because I read this book at the beginning of the year. Ruthie is really just completely invested in her work. She meets this young man named Teddy. He's kind of a bad boy, has been known to get into a little bit of trouble, not a very responsible person, doesn't have a stable living situation. So Teddy's dad decides to get him a job at this assisted living facility to kind of help him to be more responsible. Of course, him and Ruthie meet, and the love story goes from there. I liked it, didn't love it enough to give it 5 stars. I remember kind of being bored a little bit through like the middle of this book, but then the ending kind of saved it for me. I believe I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Number 8, Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. Here comes Tully. Here, babe. Number 7 on today's list is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This one was about 2 sisters named Nora and Libby, and this is about their little getaway they decide to take to a place called Sunshine Falls in North Carolina. Cute little small town. This setting reminded me a lot of Gilmore Girls, which I really enjoyed. Nora, when she's on this vacation with her sister, she keeps running into Charlie. Nora is a book editor and Charlie's a literary agent. They both work in the book world. While Nora's on this vacation, she just keeps running into Charlie all the time. Everywhere she turns. It's Charlie again. Hey Charlie. They're basically rivals in the book world. They keep running into each other. This is definitely another enemies to lovers story. I liked this one a lot. If I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, Book Lovers. So number 6 on my list of romances that I read this year is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I read this right at the beginning of October. It was perfect. Honestly, I didn't really think that this book was all that romantic, but the Halloween atmosphere is perfect for October. This book was really fun. It's about a curse that this girl Vivi sets on her ex-boyfriend. Some really crazy situations just carry on from there. Basically, the whole town is cursed, so it's all set in this really cute, cozy, small town in the mountains. So you really just get that full autumn, cozy, fireside feel from this book. Perfect for scary, spooky time. I loved it. So that's The Ex-Hex. In at number 5 is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Another Emily Henry book. Again, I know that so many people have mixed feelings on their ranking of Emily Henry books, and to me, this one just gave me the most cozy summertime vibes. I hate to use the word vibes all the time. It's a perfect book for summertime. I really enjoyed all the different vacation destinations in this book that Poppy and Alex went on. So this is a friends, what is this? 2 enemies to lovers romance trope, which is pretty unique. I tend to always gravitate toward the childhood friends to lovers trope, and this one was, a little bit different because it's friends to enemies and then, to falling in love. People We Meet on Vacation, number 5. Also, when do you guys think Lou Bega will come out with Mambo number 6? Do you think that's gonna happen, like in the future, like soon? The next book on my list here is Twice in a Blue Moon, another Christina Lauren book. I'm a Christina Lauren stan. Didn't expect to like it as much as I did. So the 2 characters we have here are Sam and Tate. They met when they were younger on a vacation to London with their families, and they kind of fell in love way back when. So when Sam and Tate meet, Tate reveals to Sam that she is the daughter of a really, really famous Hollywood actor, and they're now estranged. It's kind of like her secret that she lets him in on. And then so later on in life, they get reunited again on the set of a movie. Tate is now starring in a movie, and Sam is the director. The screenwriter, he has something to do with the movie. So yeah, 14 years later, Tate is now starring in a movie and Sam is also working on this film along with her. This book had some tearjerker moments for me. This book had some really sweet moments. Talked about just appreciating all of the little things in life and appreciating the details that you notice about the people that you love. There's this one section in the book where Sam was talking about his grandparents who had passed away. It made me cry. It just made me think of my own grandparents who have passed away and how much I loved them. Very, very sweet. I thought this book was beautiful. I didn't know what to expect from this one, but I really, really loved it. Twice in a Blue Moon. Book number 3 is In a Holidays by our girls, Christina and Lauren. I just think this is a perfect book for around Christmas time or just in winter in general. This is the story of a group of old friends who have basically become family. So they spend every Christmas together in this cozy little cabin in the Rocky Mountains. The atmosphere of this book is perfect for the holidays, so cozy. The found family dynamics, really cute and wholesome, makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I feel like the holidays are such a stressful and hectic time. I tend to get really anxious around this time of year, and this book just made me feel so calm and centered and just lovely and peaceful, and I love that. There is a magical element to this book as well, which I really, really enjoyed. This book is great. I might read it every year around Christmas time. Again, it's a childhood friends, it's a lovers romance trope. The chemistry between these two characters was so perfect. I love it. In a Holidays, number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Love in Other Words, another Christina Lauren book. Can you tell that I'm a fan at all? Again, we have another childhood friends to lovers romance trope. This has a very, very comfy, cozy summertime setting. It is set in this little cabin on a lake. It's about these two characters, Elliot and Macy, and really they spark a friendship and start this love story because of their love for books and words, and they always talk about what their favorite words are. That's kind of how their friendship starts. The book nook that they read in, so comfy, so cozy, so perfect. Like, I just think this is the perfect summertime book. I will probably read this every single summer. It's beautiful. It's just perfect. Number 2, Love in Other Words. Number 1 romance book that I read this year was from my girl, the witty, the hilarious, the amazing Sarah Hogle. She very quickly has become one of my favorite writers. But Sarah Hogle's writing, I've talked about this before, it's fantastic. I feel like she is probably a very fun person to hang out with. So this story was a very unique romance story to me. I had never read anything like this before I read this book, but it's about 2 fiancés, Nick and Naomi. This is a lovers to enemies, back to lovers romance trope. The whole time we're just kind of digging through this relationship and all the ups and downs. The banter is so funny. The chaotic situations that Nick and Naomi both get into when they're trying to get reconnected and work on their relationship. There are a lot of petty things that happen in this book. I was just shocked by. They were so funny. It was not only just hilarious and just a really fun story to read. This could very easily be made into a romantic comedy movie. I would watch it for sure. But not only was it hilarious, it was also very touching, very heartfelt. I'm gonna stop blabbing about it. That's You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.